Hello friends, and a very warm welcome to all of you tuning in to the Trading Temple channel. Today in this video we're going to take some time to talk in detail about the Near Protocol chart, and in addition to that we'll also take a brief look at both Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance to get a broader perspective on the current state of the cryptocurrency market. The chart you're seeing right now on your screen is a familiar one to many of you. This is in fact the Near Protocol chart. As you can see quite clearly, today Near Protocol has gone up by about 7%, and its price is currently very close to $2. The entire crypto market is looking pretty green today, and Bitcoin itself has also gone up by about 1%. After a tough and challenging week in the crypto market, Near Protocol, after going up a massive 80% in just 1 week, dropped nearly 45% the following week, and overall it didn't make any strange or unexpected moves. The price returned to the lowest level it's been at in this 11-month range. What you're seeing here is the lowest level of this range, which we talked about just a few days ago. Near Protocol might have a good bounce here because the price has dropped sharply, so the likelihood of a bounce is high. You can clearly see in the volume that after 4 consecutive red candles, today finally, with a beautiful 8% candle, these kinds of candles are called engulfing candles in trading, and they're usually considered bullish and serve as an indicator that a good bounce could happen in the short term. Now the question is, how far can this short-term bounce actually go? Let's explore this together. We've talked about these two boxes we've drawn here, which are the short-term resistance zones for Near Protocol in this area. The first one is around here, close to $2.50. The price could go up to $2.50. These two boxes are very strong resistance zones, especially in the short-term time frame, and the price will likely reach these areas and fill the gaps that have formed here. When the price gets to these levels, we need to see how the market reacts there, whether Bitcoin will drop again or stabilize. In today's video, I'll show you what condition Bitcoin is in right now. After Near Protocol had this sharp downward move on the 4-hour time frame, a bounce was expected from this support level. You can also see that the RSI for Near Protocol on the 4-hour time frame had reached oversold. Usually when it hits oversold, a good reaction is on the way, but these kinds of reactions are typically short-term, and for now, we don't see anything long-term for Near Protocol. If we really want to get bullish on Near Protocol, it needs to climb back above these two boxes and truly break out of this range to the upside. But in the crypto market so far, we don't see any bullish signs. All the altcoins, in my opinion, are near their support levels, and most have already broken through their support. So we're just waiting for a short-term bounce. We'll have to see what happens next. This short-term bounce could bring Near Protocol's price up to the area between $2.25 and $2.50, filling these gaps. If it goes above $2.50, it would become very bullish and the price could even go up to $3. But for now, the price is stuck around $2, and we'll see in the coming days what Near Protocol does. For now, we don't see anything bullish except that a short-term bounce could bring the price up to this area. Let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin's situation is pretty dire. After dropping $40,000 in a month, Bitcoin has reached these levels, an area where nothing can really hold it up. It's just standing here automatically for now, and it's expected to have a bounce and then continue its leg down. Bitcoin's main support is around $75,000. This bounce that we might see in Bitcoin could also be good for Near Protocol. This bounce is a dual movement reaction. If it reaches $93,000 and then comes back down, or if it really pushes itself and goes up, it could reach the $100,000 area. And if it really wants to go higher, it could even go up to $108,000 before coming back down. This would be a retracement for Bitcoin if it manages to complete this retracement. The structure you're seeing is almost like the structure from 2020 to 2021 when Bitcoin entered a bear market. The situation I'm showing here, this circle I've drawn, is pretty much the same area where Bitcoin is currently. You can see that in this part, Bitcoin had a gap, and here there's a gap as well. This was in 2021. You can see that after a sharp drop in price, it stabilizes here and then has a good reaction upward. a solid retracement to the upside. If you look at the weekly time frame, you'll see that here on the weekly time frame, it loses the 50-week moving average. Right now, it's lost the 50-week moving average and is heading toward the 100-week moving average, where it gets a reaction, a retracement upward, and then comes back to test the 50-week moving average. So in the current situation, Bitcoin could come back and test the 50-week moving average, which is close to $100,000, and then continue its downward leg. If we copy and paste this move here, Bitcoin would have a similar pattern, and look, in this retracement, Bitcoin might reach these areas and then get rejected and go back down, which would be really bad for altcoins in these conditions. This is the situation we currently expect from Bitcoin. It's moving this way, but if it turns really bullish, if Bitcoin manages to break past this area and reach $108,000, then we'll talk. For now, there's still a long way to go before $108,000, so let's see what happens in these zones. Personally, I estimate that it could go up to $100,000 and will most likely get rejected there. Let's see what happens to Bitcoin in the next few days or weeks. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart as well. This is really strange to me, mainly because when Bitcoin dominance drops, it's usually very good for altcoins. But right now, Bitcoin's situation is such that it hasn't brought anything positive for altcoins, yet its dominance is slowly moving downward, just as we had estimated. You can see that after it lost this trend line, it back-tested this trend line 3 times and got rejected. Now, again, Bitcoin dominance has dropped by about 1%, and we're seeing a good reaction in altcoins for now. For example, a coin like Near Protocol has gone up about 7.5%, but we haven't seen the kind of positive reaction we saw in 2021. Let's see how far Bitcoin dominance will fall. It's likely that in the first stage it will drop to this area, and if it can't hold here, it will fall to around 57%. Personally, I estimate it could drop to around 55%. Let's see what happens to altcoins when Bitcoin enters a retracement. It's possible that when Bitcoin goes into retracement, its dominance will drop further in this area, and some altcoins could perform well. Let's see what happens in the coming week for both Bitcoin and altcoins. That was today's video about Near Protocol and a quick look at the Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance charts. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and don't forget, trading is not a sure thing, and everything is tied to probability.